Today on The Real.
On Girl Chat, Jussie Smollett surprises us. And
Getting profiled while you shop.
don't you see that this isn't right? But
The holidays are in full swing at The Real, and we're spreading the joy.
time for The Real Holiday Giveaway!
Then it's Flu Fighters to the rescue. And they're new to LA. So how are the wives of E's Hollywood and football fitting in?
It's hotter here, so of course I'm wearing less clothes than in St. Louis.
On The Real.
Welcome to The Real. Who's ready for some girl chat? Now, before we get started, Jeannie, I know there was something that you wanted to talk about.
Yes. So last week, you guys, when Evelyn was here, we talked about something that was very emotional and important for everybody to discuss, and it actually affected all of us here at this table, and that was domestic violence. However, things got so heavy in the topic that I wasn't able to get answers to the original question I had asked, which was, what do you do when you know of someone who is a victim of abuse? So the show and I did some research, and I wanted to pass this along because it's imperative to know the steps in the back of your mind, you know, just in case you know somebody or the situation comes up, in this case for myself. Because I think in life there's so many people that suspect or have a hint that someone is involved in an abusive relationship, but there are very few people that will actually step out of their comfort zone to help. And that is crucial that we do that if we're in that position.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, and thank you so much to everybody out there across social media who spoke out about this, and thank you for wanting answers. This is exactly what we pray for. We want people out there to be informed and to make change. So here are signs that you or someone you know of may be in an abusive relationship. If your partner tells you that you can never do anything right, that's a very controlling behavior, right? Your partner is controlling who you see, what you do, where you go. You know, that sounds normal. That sounds like they're saying it like almost like they care about you, so they're controlling this.
Yeah.
That's not caring when someone is controlling your actions.
Yeah,
That's not a
that's
caring thing.
true.
Don't get that mistaken. Your partner looks at you or acts in ways that scare you, that frighten you.
Never be afraid of the person you're in a relationship with.
Right.
Ever.
Now, this is pretty obvious, but not always to everybody. Your partner intimidates you with guns, knives, weapons, or even their hands. Their hands are also, of course, weapons. And for more signs of domestic violence and ways to help yourself or someone you know, go to the National Domestic Hotline, which is 1-800-799-SAFE. That's just a good number for everybody to know. And tell a friend, help a friend, be somebody who cares. Because if someone's telling you, it's their cry for help.
Absolutely.
That was perfect, Jeannie. Thank you so much.
Very informative.
Switching gears a little bit, the Golden Globe nominations were recently announced, and I am happy to say that diversity and quality rules this year's list. I want to shout out the television people who are receiving nominations. A lot of them have been on our show. They're friends of our show, and I think it's important to recognize them. Anthony Anderson and Tracy Ellis Ross for Blackish. Issa Rae, who writes, produces, and acts in HBO's Insecure. That was her and I at the Ebony 100.
Awesome. That's a pretty picture.
Oh, my goodness.
So
and she
awesome.
wants to come on the show. She told me that. Donald Glover, who also writes and produces and stars in the hit FX drama Atlanta.
So dope.
And Kerry Washington for portraying Anita Hill in HBO's Confirmation.
Beautiful in that
It's so
Beautiful.
great to see diversity like this.
Yes.
And you know you can't have a good Golden Globes without Denzel being nominated and Meryl Streep.
That's amazing.
Both of them. We got both of them.
Amazing.
Great year.
Viola Davis, Octavia Spencer. I mean, this is.
I'm tuning in.
The thing I want to say about Issa Rae and Donald Glover is that it's not about their color that matters. To me, what matters about them is that these were creative artists. And they took their product to a network. The network allowed them to write and produce it. And now you're seeing the rewards of that. When you let the artist actually produce and create.
That's so awesome.
And now they're getting their accolades.
You know what I love about that? Tam, wouldn't you say, even as an actress, and you too, Lonnie, like, when you've ever complained and said, I just felt like there weren't roles for me.
Yep. Right.
You know, and I've heard so many, especially, you know, obviously minorities say, you know, there wasn't a role for me. I love that these people have taken it into their own hands. Well, there wasn't a role. Well, guess what? I wrote it and I produced it.
Yes.
And I love that.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, they made their own path, their own way.
Yes.
Yes.
Is it really shallow to say, I'm so excited for the fashion on the red carpet?
No, that's real.
That's what we need
That's
you for.
real.
I get so excited about it because the Golden Globes bring about such a different sophistication and air. The Golden Globes bring about a look that you can't wear on any other red carpet. Like a Golden Globes cannot be an Emmy look. You know, there's a
Right.
different atmosphere when you see the Golden Globes run down the carpet. And I also love seeing how baby bumps are decorated. I really do.
Yeah.
Natalie Portman's gonna walk the red carpet, you guys,
Yes.
and you remember how she looked last time?
Yeah.
In that beautiful sheet gray dress. I mean, look at that.
That's
These-
amazing.
That's what I look for, the mommy fashion, you know? And then, of course, the men have been stepping it up. Men don't wear black suits anymore in
No,
tuxes.
they wear
Men
all kind of colors.
Yes, velvet is gonna be big. We've been loving velvet, too.
I love velvet.
I really want to see Miss Ava DuVernay. I hope she walks the red carpet because I think she's
Yeah.
got such a cool... She's got such a cool aesthetic about her, you know? So I'm excited to just watch the red carpet.
Do you guys remember Chrissy Metz? Remember she came on
Yes.
the show?
Yep.
She's in This Is Us. She actually got nominated for a Golden Globe.
sure
and
did.
this year-
Predicted it.
And remember, we called it
Yeah.
when she was here. I said, remember us because you are on your way, and look
Yeah.
at her. We're
Yeah.
proud of you,
So
Chrissy.
Yeah,
Awesome.
so
Keep doing great things.
The awards will take place in January, and Jimmy Fallon is hosting it. So
Yes.
we'll see.
That's awesome. Well, it is the holiday, so, you know, shopping during the holiday season isn't always joyous. You guys agree with that? It gets hectic. Well, last week, Kimberly Hauser went to a mall in Oxford, Alabama to buy a pair of boyfriend sweatpants at Victoria's Secret, but according to the Washington Post, what Kim ended up getting was insulted and kicked out of the store. Get this, you guys, it was because another black female had been caught shoplifting there earlier. Let's listen to what Kim had to say.
Completely furious. I could literally cry. I'm in Victoria's Secret in the Oxford Mall. Now, it was another black female in here. Got caught stealing, right? So she asks me and another black female to leave. She still can't tell me why. I said, I can buy anything in this damn store I want to. But because another black female gets caught stealing, me and the other black female here, we have to be affiliated. So we're all put out.
Wow. I literally almost wanted to cry watching this.
Yeah.
Kim claimed she and another black woman were told to leave by the manager. Meanwhile, she says a dozen or more white women there were not asked to leave.
Oh, my God.
This is insane to me.
It really is.
How is this even possible?
Because it's been happening. I mean, it happens a lot to black people, and I think I'm just happy that she documented this, that she actually brought people back to the store to protest it, and I'm really glad that Victoria's Secrets
They did the
actually
right thing.
apologized
Yes.
to her
Yes.
about this.
Yeah.
Yes.
Victoria's Secrets posted an apology on Facebook stating, what happened in our store should not have happened and does not represent who we are or what we stand for. And according to Newsweek, the store associate involved in the matter no longer works for the company.
Thank God they fixed the situation.
I applaud that because even though, you know, we can't change, although we're working on it, we can't change individuals across our globe, but it's essential and imperative that brands, especially a global one like
Yes.
Victoria's Secret, stands up for that ridiculous behavior and
Yes.
shows it through their actions.
Yeah.
'Cause I would actually be angry at Victoria's Secret if they just kind of looked past this. You know what I mean?
Right.
I mean,
right.
we're not sure if she lost her job. They didn't actually go into the details of that. But I even feel like it should be taken a step further. I feel like you should be fined for this kind of behavior. I literally feel like you made this woman leave the store. She couldn't even get what she came to buy. You made her feel insulted. If you watch the entire thing on Facebook, she literally starts crying in her car because she's so frustrated. Like, and I'm glad she didn't fight back in a way that was going to cause even more of a scene.
Yes.
And that she actually, just like you said, peacefully documented it. And actually, that allowed her voice to be heard even louder because we're talking about it right now.
Over 1 million people
She was so
actually saw her
classy.
video.
Yeah.
So, you know, but the thing is that all black people, just because we go in the store, we're not all alike.
Guess
I mean,
what?
we're not necessarily hanging out.
Everybody.
Stop thinking like that.
Other races have stolen things before. There are clowns in all of our races, okay? There's a Latino has stolen before.
An
There's
Asian, oh my
Asian
gosh.
has stole something before.
Yes.
So every time somebody walks into a store, you're gonna say, excuse me, ma'am, you cannot walk in here. Someone of your race shoplifted at our store.
No, you
How does
ever
that
go to
work?
the restaurant, like, and you go to the head, the hostess, and say if it's one black person or two black people, and like I'm behind them, and they're always like, oh, so y'all together? Like, no, I don't know them.
It's a party of five.
It's a party of, they just assume because we all black that we're not all together. No.
That's
Just because the black
terrible.
girl shoplifted don't mean this black girl is shoplifting.
At
Stop
all.
thinking like that.
At all.
Just no.
And I know we're laughing, you know. I love when you make jokes about
Yes.
this, Lonnie, because it just eases, you
Yes,
know, the tension.
Yes.
But for me, it was really hard to understand. I just try to put myself, you know, in their situation. I would have felt so helpless because any person in their right mind could see how unfair
So unfair.
they were treated. Even the security guards, I would have been like, don't you see that this isn't right?
Right.
So it's just
Well, that
it's
also
just
comes
sad.
from the thing with they think that shoplifters act in packs. So, I mean, but that doesn't mean that one of the
profile.
white women in there could have been with her. You know, you
Yeah.
never know.
Yeah, you
That's
never
what you
know.
just can't assume.
Yeah.
It makes me
It's not
wonder. It makes me wonder also for that sales associate who allegedly, you know, did this. I wonder what her story is. What is her understanding? And after she got this repercussion, what is she thinking at home right now? She's having no work and she's sitting there and maybe watching this. Is she really absorbing the effect of her actions and why what she did was hurtful and wrong?
Does she feel conviction
Does
for
she
what happened?
understand
I hope
it?
it's a
Right.
wake-up call for her.
Right.
For
You
her
know-
to see her own ways.
Yes.
You
That's
know?
the thing.
Yes.
Everybody gets racially profiled. Even Oprah got racially profiled. Remember when she went to Paris and she was looking in the window and they was like, we letting you in, Oprah. And it's like, it's Oprah. But they didn't realize it was Oprah, right? And so they didn't let her in. And it was like,
sad.
why would you do that? It's just, we got to get better as a people, okay? We really have to get better.
Not judging.
So it doesn't matter.
Have you guys ever experienced something like this? Like walking into, you know, an elevator, somebody clutching their purse.
my
They
God.
even did it to Sister. They did
Really?
it to me, yes.
What happened?
I just walked in. I probably was looking busted, but I walked in and I can remember this, you know, older woman just like clutching, you know, her purse. And it doesn't make you feel good.
No. it
Has
doesn't
that
at
ever
all.
happened to you guys?
Oh, all the time.
Yeah.
This just happened to me yesterday. I was getting on my flight and I was walking with my roller bag and they're like, there's no more overhead space. I'm like, I'm in first class, and the woman wouldn't believe me.
Yeah.
She literally took my ticket and did not believe that I was in first class. And I'm just like, I also think it also can be age discrimination. When I was way younger, like in my 3LW days or Cheetah Girl days, if we were sitting in first class, sometimes the flight attendants would talk to us like, did you win a prize, little girl? Why are you sitting up here? Did
Or they
somebody...
ask you if you got an upgrade.
Yeah.
You got your
I
upgrade.
swear to God.
I'm like, no, I want my
Israel
ticket.
gets so mad. He literally was like, we did not get an upgrade. We paid for these tickets because they still tried to tell us we couldn't have overhead space.
Yeah.
I can remember
We didn't belong in first class.
my sister and I, when we were doing Sister, we used to fly, you know, first class a lot, and we were really excited.
Yes.
And we were wearing these, you know, like Nike jogging suits.
Yeah, comfortable.
And I remember one of the passengers were like, oh, what are you guys? Are you guys like athletes or something?
Yeah.
And again, it didn't make us feel good at that moment, and it's not.
You know, I always say, if I go into a high-end store, Jeannie, like if I
Yes.
go into Saks or something like
Yeah.
that, if I feel any type of disrespect, I just leave. I don't spend my money in places that's going to
I know,
disrespect.
of course.
You know.
It's really weird. Like my mom and I, we don't shop in Beverly Hills a lot, but one time we were walking down Rodeo and we walked into a store and the sales clerk looked at us and she was like, "Oh, there's nothing on sale right now. Like we're all out of sale goods." But my mom and I were like, "Okay, we don't want to shop in here," and we left because we don't want to shop where there's no sales.
Right.
So
You're like, thank you for that information.
I'm just being honest. Like, if you stereotype me, you just, I don't know. You
Well,
might be
it's
right
not
on
even
board.
that. It's even a size type of discrimination, you know? Because if
yeah.
I walk in, we
What?
What? Lonnie, what?
You laugh, but
He
it's
walking-
like not
he be
funny.
like, oh,
I thank God
we
you
only
have
go
a
up to an 8.
I thank God you have a sense of humor about it, but come on, man.
But they don't know if I'm buying for myself
That's
or for
what I'm
somebody
saying.
else. You're missing out on a
Yes.
sale. And why
Yeah.
are you disrespecting somebody
Yes.
that's coming in your store?
Yes.
That's it.
Okay, but I've also walked into some stores that were made for curvier girls, and I ain't
Oh, yeah,
got
I'll
no
tell you,
curve.
get out. Get out.
Exactly. No, I walked in and like, I mean, if it was like a pair of apple bottom type of jeans, I got cherries down here. I don't have no apples. So I put on the jeans, I remember, and the store sales lady behind who was really, she was Latina, she was like super buxom and gorgeous, and she looked back there and she was like, "You want me to get a butt pad for you? Let me get you a butt pad." And I was like, "Thank you, hook a sister up," you know? I was all good with it.
It's
I
all
don't mind,
good.
I don't know. For me, I get it when someone's disrespecting me, but I also get when,
They trying to help you.
yeah, they're trying to help me. So let's just not confuse the two, too.
Yeah, that is
no,
true.
Yeah.
no,
Don't
no.
be overly sensitive to
Yes.
the things and always assume that, oh, they said that because, you know, they're being
Yes.
racist or stereotypical or
Yes.
whatever the case
Because
is.
this Asian girl will always appreciate a butt pad.
Well, who did that react to that?
Hello, beautiful ladies of the real. Beautiful crowd of the real. How you doing? Look at this.
Empire is
Get the middle
Jussie
seat.
Smollett. What an entrance.
Yes.
What a surprise. Look at all the ladies.
See their smiles got a little bigger.
You guys, I have to tell you something. Jussie smells so good.
Yeah, he does smell good.
I showered today, huh?
Smell
Yeah.
good. Thank you for stopping by. The big
Thank
news
you for
in
having
your
me.
family
Yes.
Thank you for having me.
is that you have become an uncle for the second time.
Yeah.
Oh, congratulations. Now, you already have a niece, but now you have a nephew. Look at that picture.
Yeah, that's
Oh, my
Hunter.
goodness.
That's Hunter, man.
Oh my God.
How is it having a nephew?
It's incredible. It's incredible. I'm so glad that it was a boy to be the second child because, like, anybody coming after Nyla has such huge shoes to fill. She's in the back. Hi, Nyla. But yeah, he's just so perfect. He's so perfect. He changes every single day, and he was.
I love it.
Yeah, and watching my little sister be a mother is insane because she was the first baby I ever held.
I'm so proud of
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
You
Oh,
keep
thank
on
you.
doing your thing.
So proud of you.
Thank you.
So proud of you. Thank you.
I love that you're such a family man. Speaking of your family, your mother is Methodist, your dad is Jewish, and you went to Catholic school. How did that happen?
You know, well, first of all, we grew up so spiritual, you know, so it wasn't really about religion. We have religions, every single religion imaginable in our family. But for this, I went to a Catholic school. Long story short, I was going to Teaneck High School in Jersey. And I got into, I was down there at my locker. And this young girl, she rolled up and she said to her boyfriend behind me, and I was the new kid. I came in school like a month late. And she said, "What would you do?" Being messy. "What would you do if I started hugging all on him right now?" Talking to a man about me. And I'm like, man, I'm just trying to get to my next class. That's it. And then he turned around and he said, "It's all good. I was with his girl last night." You know, being real shady like. You know, if you don't put somebody back in their place, especially being the new kid, and you know, like I moved around a lot. So you gotta make sure you handle this. I turned around and I was like, oh, word, I heard you was with her brother.
Oh.
And so we got into a fight. My mom calls me up the next day and she's like, you're going to a Catholic school. I was like, we're not Catholic. Like, but I went to Paramus Catholic High School in Jersey. That's where I graduated.
You learned a good deal about Mother Mary. It was good, I'm
Yeah,
sure.
something like that.
Okay,
Something
well,
like that.
I caught over Thanksgiving that you opened up for Mariah Carey in Hawaii.
Yeah.
Can we talk about this? I need every detail.
It was incredible. 3 shows, 3 nights. My team was just unbelievable. Frank Gatson led it, and Chris Grant, and just all the incredible dancers, Ashley and Danae and Jasmine, just unbelievable. And we really came together, and we just threw it. And I flew my mom in. One of the shows, the second night, was on her birthday. So 8,000 people were singing happy birthday to her. I keep saying, I was like, I was her favorite for like 2 days. Then she realized, she remembered that Journey just gave her a brand new grandchild, and I don't matter again. It's all good. It was a great time. My little brothers came down. It was wonderful.
How was Mariah with you?
She was perfect. And I say this no bull. I mean, she is the ultimate diva. You know what I'm saying? The ultimate class act, though. You know, I was expecting, honestly, being, an opening act. I thought that I was going to get, which, respectfully, and humbly,
right.
I was like, I'm going to get like a quarter of the stage. But I went there and she said, no, you have the whole stage, exactly what she had. She's wonderful and so genuine, and to watch her in that, which is so her world, is just, it was a blessing.
Long live Mimi!
That's awesome. Well, you like to videotape yourself playing pranks on your co-star, Taraji.
Oh, my God.
Then you post the videos on Instagram, which she hates. Well, let's take a look at one of your pranks.
Bye-bye chair, pause.
What are you doing? Oh my God, what is wrong with you?
Okay, now, why do you love pranking her so much?
This is the thing. Taraji, I prank everybody, but Taraji is so great, and because she's so overdramatic with the way that she, when she finds out that I'm taping her, she's so overdramatic. I have videos of Terrence, but people would just be like, okay, because he's sitting there, he wakes up and he's like, oh, kick your ass, or something like that. And that's it. It's not, you know what I'm saying? Like, if he dove at me or like punched me in my face or something, then it would be interesting. But Taraji's so dramatic with it. And she's just a girl from D.C., and she lets it be known every time that I get her. But let the record show, I never, ever, ever post it without getting her approval.
Oh, that's hilarious.
I ain't no buster like that.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
never.
Let's talk some Empire. Your character, Jamal, who we love, he going through a lot. You know, been shot. He got PTSD. He's addicted to painkillers now.
Going through some things.
He going through it. You know.
I know.
How do you prepare for such a role that's so dark?
I don't know if Jamal is dark. I think that he goes through dark situations sometimes, as we all do. I mean, some darker than others, of course. But for this season has probably been the most difficult seasons that I've done thus far, because for the first season, it was really about like digging deep and it kind of exposing it and stripping myself of everything that, certain things that maybe I've experienced in real life, or certain things that I've, that I could imagine. But this is something that I've never experienced before, and I take pride in being somewhat knowledgeable about what other human beings and creatures in general go through. But I was really ignorant to PTSD, and that it's something that is very real, and I really thought, honestly, that it was reserved more for women and men in the armed forces, and so important. But these are people that go through very, very serious situations, a terrorist attack, a police brutality. You know what I'm saying? Racial profiling. These are things that people go through, and it does leave a mark. And really talking to people is interesting, because after this storyline came to be, people started opening up to me about PTSD, and it really helped me learn even more and be able to play the character in the correct way. It is dark, but it's rewarding in the end.
Well, it tells that you're good because it's convincing.
Yeah. After 22 years, LA finally has an NFL team again. Yes. That's right, you guys. Give it up.
Chris Drew.
Yes. the strong men of the Los Angeles Rams. But we all know that behind every strong man is a very strong woman. Here with us today are some of the wives of the players from E's new reality show, Hollywood and Football. Please welcome Sabrina Britt, Danielle Kendricks, Asia Saffold, and Kyla Reynolds.
Okay.
Welcome to the show, ladies.
Thank you. All right, on Monday, the Rams head coach, Jeff Fisher, was let go. What was your guys' reaction to that?
Well, personally, the Britt family, we have like a close relationship with Fisher. He was actually the head coach that drafted my husband to the NFL back in 2009. And then, we ended up in St. Louis as well, so it was really hard for us, It was kind of a sad day.
With us, it's kind of like you gotta just keep going, get the punches, and keep rolling. So hopefully, we'll expect good things from the team, and we wish them the best, and hopefully we'll get a good head coach and just keep moving.
Now, Danielle, like me, you are a newlywed to husband Lance. Yes, tight end. All right. So with him being gone so often, how does that work with you guys?
So we are in the newlywed phase, but it's kind of weird because we've been together for 6 years. So it's been a challenge, just like the move and then getting a new house and just adapting to that. But it's worked out. I mean, we're almost at our 1-year anniversary. It's New Year's Day. So we made it.
Congrats.
Now, Sabrina, you married to wide receiver Kenny Britt.
I am.
Uh-huh. I like wide receivers.
Lonnie!
Oh my God. Okay, but the thing about Kenny, it seems as if you moonlights as his assistant. What's up with that?
I'm like everything. So I'm like the liaison to the business managers, the coaches, the trainers, the physical therapists, and I'm also his just personal assistant. We're doing press, and he called me in the middle of the interview, and I'm thinking it's an emergency, and he was like, babe, can you just like call up Michael's Pizza and like order me like, a pie and like a cheesesteak sandwich? And I'm like, really?
And Asia, your husband, offensive guard Roger Safford, so he's complained about the way that you dress now that you guys live in LA. What's up?
So Roger, if you watch the show, you'll see he's full of jokes, A.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm in sunny California. He's saying, like, I'm wearing less clothes, but I'm like, it's hotter here. So, of course, I'm wearing less clothes than in St. Louis. So that's my excuse. And he loves it. And I just love being here because fashion, I mean, people in California, you can wear whatever you want with no shame. And I just feel like I can just fit right in.
You do you. I won't worry about you.
Thank you.
Roger.
Now, Kyla, football players, everybody knows the career can have a lot of ups and downs. You with your husband, Chase Reynolds, has sometimes had a hard time keeping his place on the team, and you've kind of been there for him. How have you handled, being there during those tough times?
Oh, man. So I guess he would probably tell you that when he comes home, I'm probably just his biggest supporter, whether he is on the field or off the field. So whatever he ends up doing, whether it's football or not, he knows I'm behind him 100%. And I watched him play high school, college, and now the NFL. So,
Awesome. You were there from the beginning.
I was there. Started from the bottom.
Now she's here.
Danielle, I know that there are a lot of misconceptions about the wives of professional athletes. What do you hope this show sheds light on?
Okay, we signed on to this show because, we are a close-knit group. And for us, we did pick up and leave our lives and come here together. And
we're out here by ourselves.
Yeah.
So it's like, we lean on each other for that support system that we don't have because our families are back east in New Jersey, you know what I mean? Or Ohio, Montana, So.
Well, Asia, how do you deal with the risk that your husband could get injured every single time he steps on the field?
It's so tough. I mean, my husband, Roger, and I'm sure most of them, he's sustained a lot of injuries so far. I give it up to him. He's really tough. He always acts like, it's nothing. I'm fine. We're going to just jump back.
Surgery.
Right. I'm just getting hand surgery tomorrow. I'll play next week. But
it's
just a part of it. It's
Right.
part of It's the life.
Well, another thing that's tough is I know your husbands have a lot of fans. With fans come groupies. So when do you have to put a trick in check?
When they ask.
I mean, for real. Like, when do you have to, like, lay it down?
When do you put a trick in check? A lot of times, they tend to get, like, super friendly. We like the Kanye hug,
I want a story. Give me a good story.
Oh, I have a good story. So we're in Vegas. We like to go to Vegas with our guys. And this one girl, she kept eyeing Lance and trying to do, like, the high five thing. Like, oh, we're having a good time. High five. And I'm like, babe, stop high-fiving this girl. You're giving her the wrong impression. And he's like, well, you know, everybody's having a good time. Chill out. I'm like, if this girl tries it one more time... Okay, sure enough, she comes up and she's like, I'm sorry to bother you, but can I just have a hug? Oh! And Asia's here, okay? And the champagne was flowing. So I'm like, let me reach over, and Lance grabs my arm, and Asia's like, I got you, girl. And so, like, my friends swarmed in. I didn't have to do anything. But it's awkward because you're out with your guy and you're just trying to have a good time. Yeah. And, you don't want to, like, overthink things.
You don't want to get in a fight and then they try to sue you.
Yeah, you don't want that to happen either.
You know?
For
everybody, you know what I mean? It's like they'll try to do it on purpose.
So a lot of times with us, like, we actually, like, kind of help each other out. Yeah. Like, okay, just, I got this. Like,
like, step back.
It's happened a lot.
Yes.
But
you all four have some claws.
We're our own line. Like, we're our own offense.
Wow. Winter is here and everyone is trying their best to not catch the dreadful flu. Yeah. But sometimes even the best sneeze dodgers and the smartest hand washers still catch the bug. So to help your body with prevention, we're sharing some foods that'll give your immune system the support it needs to keep you healthy. Put on your boxing gloves. This is Flu Fighters. Let's get it started! Our first fighter puts the fun in fungus, but when it comes to germs, it doesn't play. This food has to come kick some flu butt. Come on out, mushrooms!
Mushrooms are full of antiviral and antibacterial properties. They're also rich in beta-glucan, which can help prevent infections by regulating blood cells, keeping them in a ready state to fight off the invaders. Mushrooms also have a lot of vitamins and zinc to keep your immune system healthy and strong.
The next one is ready to go. Blow for blow in the ring. It's been around the block and is probably in your cupboard right now. Come on out, turmeric.
You can find this baby in any spice aisle, and this one packs a punch of antioxidants. It's said that consuming a teaspoon of it daily can help ward off the flu. But to make it even more powerful, mix it with a pinch of black pepper to help your body absorb it. Cloves, nutmeg, and cinnamon can have the same punch.
This next food is going to be a contender. It can make you cry, but at least it'll do more good than bad when it comes to keeping you healthy. Come on out, onions!
Superfood has antimicrobial compounds. To get the power of the onion to fight your flu battles, eat 1 cup of raw onion a day. But if that's too much for you, it works, you guys. Just sneak extra onions into your regular dishes. And here's another powerful tip. Peel and cut an onion in half and place it on your nightstand. It collects bacteria found in the room. An onion a day keeps the germs away.
Thanks, onions.